Workflow between Illustrator and After Effects. One of the best practices is to create rules, guidelines, and procedures for your entire team. This will enable better collaboration, optimize the workflow, and save time. This will also make it easier for small to large teams to deliver similar results. In this lesson, we will discuss some of those rules and guidelines so that your team can implement them or modify them as they see fit. Naming conventions. Before even creating any type of file, we need to establish the rules and let the entire team know about it. This will make it easier to share and find files as needed. A good way to establish them is using something similar to the following example: lesson number _ lesson name _ type _ version. Type should be an abbreviation of what the file is. Here are a few examples: mood board, style frames, storyboard, animatic, draft. The version should always be used as numbers. For example, draft 1, draft 2, and draft 3. Remember, these rules also apply to files, folders, and layers. File management. No matter what platform is used to store the files, teams should always settle on some rules on how files will be stored and how new versions will be managed, and if older versions will be replaced or stored in separate folders. It's important to keep our folders as neatly organized as possible. This means creating folders inside the project that will allow us and others to find assets and project files easier. One way to do this is to have a folder structure like this one. If we follow the main folder structure on the left, we can see that we have a main project folder, as well as folders for the renders, script, storyboard, and references. On the right, we have the After Effects project folder, and inside that, we have our main project file for After Effects and a subfolder for our footage. This includes folders for our audio, Illustrator files, image files, and video files. Illustrator project management. The best way to manage our Illustrator projects nowadays is by using multiple artboards and having each one represent a scene for our animation. This way, we can create our style frames, storyboard, and all our assets in a single file, making it easier to find and share with all of our teammates. Layers and groups on individual artboards within one file can be exported to be standalone files, making it easier to work within After Effects. We'll discuss more on the correct use of artboards and layers in a later lesson. After Effects project management. The most important part of our After Effects project files is to keep the folder and file structure inside our project panel, similar to the one shown in the file management part of this lesson. This will allow for easier collaboration between the team or the use of the project files by others. The naming conventions established in Illustrator should also be applied to the main and nested compositions in After Effects. Compositions are a lot like artboards inside of Illustrator, except you can animate them and animate Illustrator or Photoshop assets within them. We'll discuss more on this topic in a later lesson. Side note, if the project requires that the team needs to work in Photoshop, these same principles can be translated and applied to those projects.